Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dr. Muhammad Amjad Saqib Sahab, a very dear friend, a notable person. Shoaib Javed, another dear friend. Muhammad Atif, he just left. Usman Shaukat Sahab, and of course the anchor, dynamic anchors, Samia Amjad. My very dear friend, Mr. Sirajuddin Aziz Sahab, banking muttasib. Atif Iqbal Sahab, His Excellency Ambassadors of few countries, the Jordan and other countries who are present here. First of all, you have heard two learned speakers and with facts and figures trying to establish that the reality of Pakistan is different and we should emphasize upon people should know what is the real potential of Pakistan. But before doing so, the most important thing, and before I start some of the important data, we should trust our policy makers. We should trust our country. We should trust the green flag. And we should trust that we are going in the right direction. We have the immense potential. We have the youth bulge of 60%, which is unbelievable nowhere in the world. And keeping this thing in mind, if you analyze the reality, you will get the right answer. Now, before I say anything, I would just like to say that I'm luckily the member of Standing Committee on Finance, Revenue, Commerce and Economic Affairs. So nothing left to know about economy if you are deeply involved in these standing committees. And these standing committees, when you call the ministers, when you call Governor of State Bank, when you call Governor FBR, Chairman FBR, there's hardly a chance that they do not report you the data correctly. They're mostly 99% correct. So what I'm discussing with you is the data we have obtained from them with a lot of deliberation and interaction. See, Pakistan has a success story also. The one sentence which I truly liked it, कि सब कुछ सही नहीं है और सब कुछ खराब भी नहीं है. And this is what the Pakistan economy is. That we don't have everything goody-goody and everything is okay, perfect. We are blooming in all sectors. No, there are some issues, challenges. But there are some sectors we are really performing good. And worth sharing and worth mentioning and worth to be proud of. Now, our inflation reached to 30%. As a student of economics, I could have never think it will come down to 9.75. It was a hyperinflation of 30%. Bring it down less than 1 year to 9.7, single digit, is a remarkable job. Second thing, current account deficit, we was in minus $20 billion or more. Now we have plus. Then your trade deficit has improved. We had the highest remittances, about $31 billion. We have the highest export this year, $30.5 billion. The FBR had the highest target of 9,700 billion rupees, and the next target is fixed 12,900 billion rupees with 40% increase. 40% increase. How they will do it? But then they have a faith on the economy that with the time grow, things will be faster, stronger and better. And then we have seen few things which was unprecedented. That Pakistan has agreed with IMF to do documentation of economy, particularly 3 sectors: retail sector, real estate sector and agriculture sector. It never happened in 76 years. These were the 3 sectors. We have announced in many budget, many times, but the government could not maintain the rate. They came to FBI chairman, met the finance minister, prime ministers, and the SROs was withdrawn. It's the first time that these three sectors, which are the real wheeler of economy, been brought to the tax net, and they are under documentation of economy. Now let's talk about the issues, because I know the issues are more challenging and more gambhir. Our electricity rate has gone the highest in the region. Our weighted average is highest. If our industry don't get 7 cents per kilowatt, industry will not survive. Today we are getting 15 cents. Now Bangladesh, India, China, they all ranging 7 cents to 8 cents. We are getting 15 cents. Now here's the punchline. So that makes us uncompetitive and eroding our exports and eroding our competitiveness. Second thing, higher banks rate. Because of the tight monetary policy curbing inflation, we reached to 22% markup. 22 was for State Bank. The bank's markup was generally 2% over and above. So it's for 24%. No industry can survive. No industry can pay 24% markup to the bank and meet other financial obligation. That was the second big issue. Circular debt, Gardishi Karze, reached to 6,600. Unprecedented. IPPs is a real curse for this nation. This 40 IPP agreement are paid every year 2,000 billion rupees as capacity surcharge. For the electricity, we never supplied, we never purchased. We are going for privatization because every year we was paying 500 billion rupees from National Exchequer, and we are told in October there are 5 companies is bid for PIA, and hopefully we get the good news because it's bleeding very fast. PIA. We have recently made amendment in SOV, the state-owned enterprises, and all discos boards will be changed, bringing professionals, and will take them for privatization. CPEC, there's a work is going on for the trust building. Now, what are our strength, which we have never encashed? Our strength is we have more than 75 billion ton third coal, which is more than the quantity of Saudi Arabia and Iran total oil production. We never use this black gold for our power generation. We have only 3 Thar coal projects in Thar, very successfully producing power, but because of the policies of the oil company and some bureaucracy, we could not encash our own Thar coal to produce power generation. We are still importing coal from South Africa. Ricodec is another copper and gold. Saudi Arabia is every day sending messages they want to buy 10 to 15% stake in Rico Gold. So we have, God has blessed us with the minerals, with the wealth. We are 10 top producing countries. We are the top producing milk, halal meat, rice, cotton, salt, wheat, sugar, and 50% of the football, soccer balls of the world are produced in Pakistan in Sialkot. Textile, home textile and towel. So when you yourself analyze with the data I've shared with you very candidly, that we have some strength, and the reality is Pakistan has the immense potential to encash all this wealth we are blessed with. And then at the same time, there are challenges. We have to collectively sit and resolve them with the writ of the government and dedication and without any compromise. But I'm very hopeful that the future of Pakistan is bright. Thank you so much.